it is going to be Showmaker piloting the Jace, and it is the fiddle. There be monsters in there.
They might just do it anyway.
He's going to take a cat with him as well.
I don't see any pings on this. There's no ward either.
Canyon just wanders on in there. Okay. Prowling projectile not going to quite find Canyon.
Whoa.
Moves on over. That was an odd maneuver, but the Brambleback, he wants nothing to do with it. He's absolutely impatient. Showmaker dives on in. Smite used there by Bono, but he's going to have to flash to get away. Aiming doesn't find the Q, and it looks like it is going to be
especially after the buff for melee. And I think Nuggery might get caught here. No flash.
He doesn't. He does have Showstopper. Double Facebreaker is fantastic, though, as he looks to go up against Smeb, but I have a feeling he's just going to die. Yeah, Haymaker's not going to be enough to keep him alive. There is Canyon's a little bit too late. Crowstorm is available, so if they do face check this brush, then Smeb's probably going to die. I don't know whether they're actually going to do that, as the observers are still keeping us in the dark. Oh my god, I'm so scared.
Okay, he's on vision.
Yeah, Smeb's gonna go home. There it is, terrified and drained. As there's a teleport coming in. This one's from Noggery as well, as Canyon does have a red buff. They managed to get the slowdown. As Amy will find yet another Q onto Beryl. He's gonna get slowed down by the Gravitum. He has some delicious honey fruit there to eat. Beryl just does not seem too scared, but he probably should be. It's oh no, that's not the magical journey. As Moonlight Vigil does land onto Beryl there. Showmaker not actually going to get into position as it's the Prowling who's running away. KT now looking towards their Infernal Drake for their second dragon of the game. Could be pretty huge. Tempered Fate is going to land 2-for-1 special on the cat and onto aiming as Bono is going to go down first. Ghost landing some of the Qs as Canyon is going to go golden. That one only just came up, but is going to save his life there as now Kuro has to flash to get himself out of the way as well. Smeb to get out of the way, but in goes Showmaker with all that extra damage, and the Wild Growth has to be used to keep Smeb alive. True Shot Barrage gets shielded there by Kuro. Kuro actually being the medic for this team right now. As in the meantime, Canyon just takes away the Drake.
We've got them corralled.
Oh no.
So sad.
Well, that's the Crowstorm, but it's going to be cancelled. As Aiming's taking a lot of damage. Bountiful Harvest working out here as a magical journey. Gets them to safety. Showmaker with the punt back as Kuro's going to get taken down as well. Ghost cleans up the Aphelios, and that, guys, is basically an ace because Bono fell down earlier, but it's so early in the game that he's even back. Oh, as now Canyon, you're going to have to harvest that grot, my friend. Ghost is chasing after within the next 5 minutes. Instead of messing around, Aiming's going to join Bono to try and grab Noggery here, but it's all a bait. That's the Tempered Fate that's going to get rid of Aiming from this fight as Noggery keeps himself alive with the Haymaker once again. The Harvest is so bountiful here for Canyon as True Shot Barrage almost manages to get the kill on the Troll, but it's in fact the Bard that just slaps him with that Cosmic Binding, I believe, unless it was the Meme Slap, which is my favorite way to kill someone. As there's over the wall, the classic Fiddlesticks maneuver, Crowstorming everyone to death, and Showmaker there for the finish off as well. Tucson is now just a little cat. The calculation positions certainly has to look out for. Is Aiming hanging out with his little cat as Tempered Fate lands onto Kuro. Bono's still able to get in here, but Noggery seems to be going on the aggressive. Goodbye. Little Miss Lulu, not quite sure what happened. Bono gets his face broken, but there's the Haymaker. Aphelios was there for a second. Then he's gone. Smeb has to flash to get the heck out of the way. This game is so over. It's unbelievable. Yeah. And it's only 22.5 minutes in.
They're just going to try to end it now. TP's coming in, double TP. They're not scared to use their, you know, everything
Summoner
they have.
Spells.
Yeah, they're going to take everything out of the Mary Poppins pocketbook, the purse, and that's going to be the end of this one.
Yep, that's the call of the Forge God, that it's not going to be returned. That Ram did not want to come back. Nope. Going to wait until next game. That's good knockup, so that is going to be Canyon shut down. But the Nexus explodes, and our first Fiddlesticks here. I sort of do appreciate that the Trundle does sort of cut out a lot of...
We're back after Damwon versus KT roster. Damwon had the shortest game in the summer split. We could see that in the beginning of the pick and ban because we had the Fiddlesticks first game in LCK. Victoria is Fiddlesticks main currently in solo queue, so he's a bit worried about it being an OP by the normal players as well.
정글을 과감하게 꺼내들었습니다.
This time around, Damwon Gaming tried the fiddlesticks in the jungle.
뭔가 담원 특유의 뭐 수압 전략이랄까 이런 게 되게
This could be a potential flex pick for Damwon. So KT was having a lot of trouble dealing with this during the pick and bans. Nuguri and Showmaker, they always have a very deep champion pool, so KT couldn't really tell whether it's gonna be on top, jungle, or mid. Because Fiddlesticks was a three-way flex, so it was really interesting to see them kind of choosing the last piece of their comp. At the end of the draft, we could see that no lanes in KT's side was winning. Every three laners had the lane priority, so KT Roster, they weren't really having an easy game from the beginning. So Fiddlesticks is back in LCK after 499 days. Today, Kenyon, the way he utilizes this champion was on another level. Let's take a look at his early jungling path. So this is around the 6-minute mark of the game. So other mainstream jungle champions, they aren't actually able to keep jungling at this point because they're out of mana or HP. However, Kenyon already cleared out a lot of camps in the jungle, so he had a huge gap in terms of CS, gold, and XP. And once again, he's having his second recall to the base at the 8-minute mark, and he changed his spell to TP with his room. So he instantly TP to the mid lane and rushed to Herald. This was one of the mainstream pathing of an AP champion earlier in the other metas. So with the Runic Echo that he purchased with his futures market, Fiddlesticks had a huge item lead compared to Trundle. Kenyon had a really deep understanding of this champion. And at this Herald timing, Jace also TP'd to mid lane, so he also had a huge priority, giving Kenyon even more space to go for that Herald. In the end, we had a very awesome ultimate coming out from Kenyon. This was not one of the most decisive team fights in this game. However, it's really good to take a look at how Kenyon utilized this champion. We are having a bit of an extended fight, and then as soon as KT lost their vision on this champion, Kenyon comes in outside of the KT's vision, and then he literally landed a crowd control on the side of KT, a massive AoE fear. Trundle can be a huge obstacle for Fiddlesticks, but Kenyon was really sharp, deciding his timing to go in. With its strong and promising performance, Damwon secured the Game 1 victory. It's time to check out the player of the game at the side of Damwon Gaming. It's Kenyon on Fiddlesticks. Maybe it was a little bit too obvious because he was literally popping off on over the rift. KT, maybe they could have been aiming for the later stage of the game. But the fact that Damwon Gaming was putting a lot of pressure in the beginning and the middle of the game means that they were really good at utilizing the lane pressure and also the jungle gap. And also in the solo queue, a lot of junglers are having a hard time, but maybe they can learn some tips from Kenyon, the way he kind of macros and pass down the jungle. Another 11 votes for this POG. Once again, media voted for Showmaker, but Kenyon had 11 votes in the end.